Hey guys, subscribe for daily content. And if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got another short little unboxing video to share with you guys. Something from Hinderer, actually. USA made blade sent me this. It's been a long time, and I mean it has been might have been 5 years since I had originally handled this knife when it first came out. And I thought, what a great opportunity, now that we're actually seeing them again. It feels like forever. What a great opportunity to check it out again and see if I feel the same or different, see if anything has improved. So Scott was kind enough to loan this to me for review. It will go back to USA Made Blade when I'm done. Thanks so much to USA Made Blade, and I'll have this linked down in the description at USA Made Blade, and you should definitely check them out because they're awesome. They have tons of, you guessed it, USA made knives, exclusively USA made knives, if you could guess. But a bunch of really awesome stuff, perhaps some stuff that you've never heard of. So go check them out. They'll be linked in the description. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me, and make sure that your notifications are turned on for the Metal Complex YouTube channel. Hey guys, MC from the future here. I realized that I was still wearing that Band-Aid for the entire video. That Band-Aid was covering up a cut that I got recently from the Crescent Edges Spade, and it was on the same day that I created the short on the 21 ways to deploy pocket knives, and I forgot that I was still wearing it, so it has nothing to do with the video. I realized towards the end. There's the context on that. Back to the video. So what could possibly be in this short little stumpy Hinderer box? Oh boy, there it is. It's been so long. Years. I remember when this was a brand new model. This is the Half Track Magnica. This particular one is a Wharncliffe Triway and Battle Black. They come from you can get them now somewhat easily, full tie from the factory, which is really cool. It means it's already done. You don't have to mess with it. A fairly rare, I mean, like this would have been hyper rare when they first launched to get number one, to get a full titanium Half Track, but number two, to get one in Battle Black. So this is pretty cool. Oh boy, I don't know, Scott. I might end up just buying this from you. I don't currently own a Half Track, but I did buy one when they first came out. Obviously, this is a smaller guy, and this is a flipper. Flipping action is absolutely phenomenal on the Half Track here. Let you guys take a look at the D10. It's actually pretty heavy for a little knife. Pretty heavy. Firing action is very, very good. Your pivot action is fine. It's smooth. This is just a smaller knife, and the blade is smaller, so it's not something that's going to drop quite like the larger size XMs. Can you use the fuller to deploy it? I don't think so. The D10's going to be too heavy on this guy for that to happen. I personally like the contrast with the silver hardware with the black. The pocket clip is the exact same. Now, you would, by today's standard, you would go, oh, why didn't they do a smaller clip? In some ways, it's like, yeah, Hinderer probably could do a shorter clip that is still modular, right? But to keep with the whole modular nature of Hinderer knives, almost all, I think pretty much every Hinderer model that has a pocket clip, this pocket clip style can be switched out, right? So that's the reason there. But truthfully, I feel it a little bit up here. Not bad. It's not too bad. The nice thing about the Hinderer clip is that it does not have a Loch Ness Monster bill. It just comes up. It's actually one of my favorite pocket clips ever. And it's also rounded, like a spoon at the end. So really not much in the way of like discomfort there. Your index finger position does work nicely with the jimping back here. That's cool. The angled Wharncliffe blade. I remember a lot of people talking about, why is it angled? You know, shouldn't it be straight? Well, I don't know. I feel like maybe the idea is just the draw or the position of the blade while you're using it the way that you would typically use it. The best thing about this particular model is just it's this position in general, in my opinion. It'll cut, it'll slice, it'll poke, it'll do all that stuff. But somebody like me, or I mean, like countless others, plenty of people who have like more specific professions that can make better use of this. But me as a simple boy who works out of his own basement, I know you think I live with my mom. Fair assumption. I actually own my house. It's my basement that I dwell in. my office is literally just it's probably meant to be a storage room. I'm looking around. Probably meant to be a storage room, but it's just another room in my basement. Anyways, me as a simple boy who doesn't really have to use his knives in any specific or professional way. I use them very casually. I do like a shorter Wharncliffe, and even at this angle, I think works really, really well. This choke up position right here and the ability to do draw cuts and control them really well is something that I really, really like. This is a small compact knife that people who want that Hinderer experience, this is, by the way, pretty much exactly what I remember, except for the detent being a little bit better. I got to say the flipping action on this guy is really nice. It is definitely a heavy detent, and the flipper tab is dramatically improved over the standard. I mean, again, it's the same flipper tab that these released with, but versus the standard XM18 3.5-inch flipper, which is like a hook basically. Night and day. This is so much better. For people wanting that genuine Hinderer experience, which does come along with, that little bit of extra robustness. It's got a little meat on it, right? It's got a little thicker blade than you might expect, right? Especially this full titanium version. This is actually the first time I've ever handled a full titanium half track. For those people wanting that experience, but not wanting to lug around something like the Hinderer XM18 3.5-inch. I mean, now they have the 3.25-inch, which it's not just the blade, by the way, on that one, it's not just the blade length, but the overall length is smaller. So the knife is definitely smaller. But if you need to go smaller and you don't want to go with the 3-inch, which truthfully, I understand. I do not like the 3-inch XM. I would go, if I had to go smaller than the 3.25-inch, I would go with the half track. And this one right here is very, very tempting. I think the Wharncliffe blade is cool. Magna Cut, of course, that's a good blade steel. The Hinderer knives, if you don't know, are made 100% in the USA, and this is a small batch shop. I know Hinderer knives has grown over the years, but this is far different than, say, Kershaw made in the USA or Spyderco or Benchmade. This is an entirely different tier. It's a small object, though, so when people go to look up the price of the full titanium half track, some people will freak out, right? But I love the diamond texturing. I think that's cool. I wish they had done it on both sides, even though the pocket clip would be riding on it. I don't think that would have bothered me. I think I would have enjoyed that. Yeah, this is cool. Lock bar insert, doubling as the over travel, and then coupled with the LBS, same thing. You still have the tri-way pivot system, which we got a little peanut there. It does come with the extra spacers, those steel pieces right here. These are spacers in the event that you want to use the nylon or phosphor bronze, which are included. You do not use the spacers when you're using the bearings, which is what is currently installed in this knife. Looks like we have absolutely perfect centering, which is really cool. No detent lash or anything like that. Yeah, these are really nice. I like this. I had a feeling that I would want to buy this, and that now I kind of do. I remember wanting to buy one and keep it like as a permanent, EDC rotation however many years ago. And I bought one, and I was in that phase because I've said this many times. I have owned over 40 Hinderer knives. And I don't own that many right now, and I never have. I was just constantly trying new things, trying different blade shapes, and then trading them or selling them and buying another one. I was doing that constantly. And I was in that zone where I wanted to try the half track, and I really liked it, but then came along something else that I wanted. And at the time, I couldn't afford to keep it. So now I can. So I'm kind of thinking maybe I want to get one of these back and use it and carry it. It's super cool. I like it. I don't think everybody's going to like it, but I think these are awesome. And the full titanium, which, by the way, let's measure it and weigh it. Overall length of the half track here, we're gonna say that that's 6 3/4 inches. I mean, maybe let's go exact. Yeah, I'd say it's 6 3/4. Blade length is actually, you could measure it at 3. I think realistically it's 2.85, and then your cutting edge is just about 2.5 on the dot. Weight, which requires a scale. There it is. Now this is going to be much heavier than your typical one, because the typical one is, just G10 on the front scale. Probably not going to be too much different, but this is heavier than I think people would expect. Yeah, 4.3 ounces is not bad, right? But I think the standard G10 one weighs something like 3.5, 3.6 or so. Pretty cool, honestly. Check them out. There are a few available at USA Made Blade. I like these. I think they're fun. I always have enjoyed them. Good knives, especially if you really want a flipper hinderer and you cannot stand the flipper tab on the XM18. You can both light switch and push button this. So the push button and your light switch here both feel great. That's going to be it today. Links in the description for this guy. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal. I'm still wearing my band. I just finished this video, by the way. I'm still wearing that Band-Aid. That freaking crescent edge of spade got me. I wonder how many times this Band-Aid just showed up in this video without me realizing it. I have no idea. Anyways, thanks for watching. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.